You mentioned the original sin, and we're now in this impeachment inquiry. Over and over again, host after host, from Jonathan Karl to Kristen Welker to the folks at CNN, Abby Phillip last weekend, they'll say there is no evidence. And I keep pointing to this great response that Nancy Mace had, and Jim Jordan's had it well, where they'll list off the SARS forms, the calls, whatever. And I've said to the audience here that you may not find it convincing. You may not find it overwhelming, but it's evidence. And so it's amazing to me that the media has gone so far in on this talking point. No evidence. It's, again, you can quarrel whether it's effective or persuasive, but it's evidence, correct?
Absolutely. I think it's so interesting. One of the things we've started to see, the New York Times has gone down this path, is going from no evidence to no hard evidence. Because, look, we know circumstantial evidence. Anyone who's ever followed a trial, circumstantial evidence is a key factor. In fact, in a lot of ways, it's actually more important to convincing juries of the guilt or innocence of someone is the circumstantial evidence. We have massive amounts of circumstantial evidence here. So the idea that there's no evidence is just simply false. Now, if you want to say, as you mentioned, well, it's not convincing, there's no hard evidence connecting Joe Biden personally, okay, we can quibble with that. But obviously there is evidence, and it's inconvenient evidence, but it is absolutely evidence. And we're starting to kind of see the goalposts moving even further from the press because they know it. It's too obvious right now. We see poll after poll. The American people understand it too. The Democrats understand it now. The most of the Democrats in the country understand it. So it's just not going to fly anymore to try to spin it that way.